What's up, everybody? Late night Keefe here. Overnight Keefe. This is what happens when you take a nap, do a podcast, take a nap, eat dinner late, and then you can't fall back to sleep. So that podcast and live stream you wanted to do, you now do late overnight. Hope everybody's good. Welcome if you're watching now or you're catching the replay. I deeply appreciate you. I thought I would jump on and talk about the announced Slayer shows. We have some new information about Slayer and these shows, so I think it's hella cool and inherently interesting to talk about. We helped break the news that Slayer was coming back in the first place about a year and a half ago now, 2 years ago maybe, and actually it was kind of funny, apropos of something, as I'm fond of saying, that we had posted a meme about Slayer, like, hey, didn't the whole world go to shit since Slayer retired? And then they unretired. Literally 2 weeks later, their publicist had called me and was like, hey, did you write this? I was like, I personally wrote that. I love Slayer. And I've kind of said the same thing about David Bowie and Prince. Like, just seems like culture and life is not going as well ever since. And, I don't know quite why. But Rayos is here, and Neon Knight is here, and Salad Bowl Step is here. Thanks for being here, Pete. We got some people joining in wherever you are in the world. It is overnight, 1:36 a.m. in California, but I am wired. So we're going to talk about Slayer, one of my favorite bands to talk about. They announced some 40th, hard to believe, 40th anniversary shows for Rain in Blood. I was in junior high school when this record came out. I was a Metallica Master of Puppets fan in real time, and so also Rain in Blood, also Anthrax Among the Living the next year, and So Far So Good So What by Megadeth the year after. So a lot to talk about and unpack. But yeah, we've been fortunate to cover. We covered Slayer a lot before they retired. We've covered Slayer a lot since they unretired. And it's been a pleasure. Again, I think it's widely accepted that Rain in Blood is the best or most influential Slayer album. It reached across a bunch of different subgenres of metal. If you have a more favorite Slayer album, drop a comment. Fairy Ring is chimed in here. Steve is here. Amy Danielson is here. Or Daniel's on. Jacob May, what's up? Welcome back. So, if you're up late, Kayla Burrito, hang out and let's talk about Slayer. You can't scream too loud because, my neighbors are all asleep. But anyway, I try to be respectful. So, yeah, Slayer shows. I like this photo. We covered Slayer. One of their exclusive comeback shows was at the Riot Fest that we covered many years. And we got a series of photos to show you from then. Oh, I don't know why my phone is going off. But anyway, yeah. Or maybe the phone died. I don't know. But yeah, so I like this photo. It kind of reminds me of the famous Jimi Hendrix Marshall's photo of the shadow of him with the amps behind him. Andy's here. Damian Allen is here. Serena's here. Smidge Too Short is here. I wonder if that's a rap reference. But anyway, so Slayer announced these shows. Some quick minutiae to get out of the way. If you've been following along on our website or our YouTube this week, we have a series of new feature interviews. I had the tremendous honor to chat with Anneka van Giesbergen for the third time in my career. She's got a brand new EP out called La Mort, part of a 3 EP trilogy that will finally be a full album later on. Very cool, very cool. And she's wonderful. She's in The Gathering. She was part of Devin Townsend's records for a while. So super fun there. Also, Don DeLamont of Ghost Cult interviewed Bobby Landgraf of COC to talk about their new album. He talked about the challenges of replacing or stepping in for Mike Dean, who stepped down from the band last year, and their new double album, Good Man, Bad Man, is out now. You can check that interview out on our YouTube. And again, you may have found us through our suddenly going viral exclusive interview with Neurosis. I talked to Steve and Noah of Neurosis about their comeback album, An Undying Love for a Burning World, a pretty fitting album for 2026 in the world right now. So, yeah, Kid It is here, I guess. Brew 462 is here. Is that like Stomp 442? And in addition to my weekly live stream that I'll be back here tomorrow for, I'm always part of the Glacially Musical Podcast every week, and we're continuing our new series on AC/DC. Just really quick, if you're feeling tipsy, I will drop the tip menu. These conversations are always free and will always be free. But if you feel like tipping us, even though we make some money from advertising, it's not a heck of a lot. So we are appreciative of tips. We like the tip, just the tip, please. And here's where you can support us with your dollars if you see so fit. I'm trying to build a DIY independent rock and metal community here. There's so much shittiness out there. Cajun Caveman is here. What's up, Pat? We were just talking about COC in our new COC interview, in case you're interested. George Mertonum is here. Daniel Dixon one. But anyway, there's our tip menu. There's our Cash App if you feel like tipping. If not, that's cool. It's very cool. So Slayer announced these Rain and Blood shows. I think we had an inkling. They started to drop some teasers the last few days that they would be doing this. And I think, they started by doing some festivals and some one-offs. They did kind of an all-dayer, one-day festival last fall in Pennsylvania. Just Jan is here. What's up, Just Jan? The Michael Paul is here. And so they announced two shows. Shakopee, Minnesota, which I assume is near Minneapolis and St. Paul, at the Mystic Lake Amphitheater, which is part of the casino there. Down, Suicidal Tendencies, and Hatebreed, a very cool opening support bands. Down should very well likely have a new album by this time by early September. Suicidal also expected to announce an album soon, as well as Hatebreed. So probably sooner than that. And of course, November 13th, Friday the 13th in November in Los Angeles at the Kia Forum, where we've seen huge shows before, headline shows from major metal bands. Cannibal Corpse, Cavalera playing all of Chaos AD, and Crowbar, who is just exploding with popularity. And I am here for it, especially all of y'all on TikTok. If you're into heavy music, you're probably getting served a lot of Crowbar content. They are just killing the game on social media. And then we got news tonight that a second show had to be added because the pre-sale, not even the general on sale, the pre-sale already sold out. I think the Kia Forum holds 20,000 people. So, second show added for Saturday, November 14th. Rain and Blood playing in its entirety. They've done it a handful of times over the year, including the infamous Rain and Blood the Warfield DVD, I believe, where it rained blood on them, and both Kerry and the late Jeff Hanneman were miserable during that experience. They couldn't really play correctly, look cool as shit, and then they had to kind of go in and pipe in another live performance that they matched up to the video. But don't know if they will do the Raining Blood yet again. I think it would be cool for them to play the whole album and then at the end of the show, like Rain the Blood or Rain the Blood on the Crowd, which would be like some Blade movie shit that I would love to see. GG Fan is here. What's up, GG Fan? It's been a minute. Don't know if you're up to watching on TikTok right now, but I thought I would just talk about some of the other Slayer activities. So they technically have 5 shows this year. These 3 headline shows where they're going to play all of Rain and Blood, and previously announced as well. So let's see. So there's the second show at the Kia Forum. And then so they're playing Sick New World. We are covering Sick New World Las Vegas this weekend. Slayer is not playing that one, but they are the third headliner, basically, of the debut Sick New World in Texas. And I think that is hella cool. Don't know if they will play all of Rain and Blood for that show, but I think it would be cool if they did. So it kind of makes sense. They're also doing Rocklahoma. So kind of the Minnesota show and Rocklahoma are the same week. Then they have Sick New World, Texas, and then they have the 2 shows in LA. don't know if they will add any more. I still think it's really interesting that Slayer has only done the smattering of shows over the last couple of years. They have said there is not going to be new music, and they will not return to touring. I would love to see that Black Sabbath cover they did be released as a single. I think that would be fun. But they said that they're not going to do tours, just little things here and there. I could see them doing, if they were up to it, an entire summer of festival shows or very exclusive ones, Vakken maybe again, and Bloodstock open air and Download and things like Hellfest that we cover. They have only done the one headline show in the UK, as well as the Black Sabbath Back to the Beginning show last year. So, if you missed out on Slayer, try to go see them. I don't know that they'll, they didn't change the set list much in all these shows last year and the year before, but we'll see what happens. So moving on, let's just talk about some of these, so again, here's a series of photos from Slayer. It is the 40th anniversary of Rain and Blood. Like I said, if you've got a Slayer record you like more than Rain and Blood, just let us know. I believe somebody has joined on the gram. Hey, Make Me Memories is here. What up, what up? If you prefer a Slayer record to Rain and Blood, just drop a comment and let me know, or comment on the podcast after. And but yeah, Rain and Blood is just a tremendous record. If you wanted to say that was the best thrash metal record ever, I wouldn't really argue with you. I personally think I have Master of Puppets just a little bit higher. But, Slayer was incredible and on top of their game. 86, 88, South of Heaven, Seasons in the Abyss. That 1, 2, 3 is almost untouchable with any band, and in terms of just recordings and quality. Randall Patton is here. Try Kind is here. So, yeah, man, these are photos from Riot Fest in Chicago. I'm particularly fond of these. This is by my homie, Randall Hicks. I should be seeing him in June at the Milwaukee Metal Fest. I could see Slayer headlining a Milwaukee Metal Fest. I don't know if they can quite pay them, but I'd love to see it. Here's a great picture of Gary Holt and Carrie. Also, can't hurt that Exodus has a new record out also. So good for Gary on all these fronts with a very busy year. Beatles fan 30 is here. What's up? I was talking about some Beatles earlier today with somebody. Here's a picture of Carrie playing his whittly solos. He looks really cool. Super cool to see. And I believe there's also a Kerry King solo album being recorded and written now for release either late in the year or early next year. So chances are you'll see a lot of promotion around these shows of the new material coming out from all these artists. And again, there's Tom, who's been pretty great, I have to say, considering the band hasn't been, hi, Anna Gloria's here, considering the band hasn't been, full time, I thought for what they've performed as, what I've seen videos of, I thought they were very solid. No band is immortal. No band is eternal. Who can perform like this level of music that they made and created and inspired so many other bands at that age. But, I think we'll see Slayer as my cohort on the Glacial Musical podcast said, Nick Cameron. He said, I think this will get a few shows every year from Slayer. No shade on them coming back for the money bag. So in terms of the Minnesota show, Down, I actually thought that Minnesota show might sell out even before LA, but maybe they will add a second one there also. But Down, here's Kirk Winstein and Phil Anselmo. We've gotten a cover song. We are supposedly getting more Down new music soon. Hatebreed, who worships Slayer, if people have ever known, I'm trying still forever to get an interview with Jamie Josto, but here's a great picture of him by our own Wayne Edwards, who I just did a festival with. Josto loves Slayer, kind of considers Hatebreed the hardcore Slayer, and they've covered Slayer, did Ghost of War, great cover by Josta and the gang at Hatebreed. So super excited for that. Suicidal is a great photo by my partner Omar Cordy of Ghost Cult at the No Values Fest in Pomona. I think you can kind of see Jay Weinberg back there when he was in Suicidal. He is now out of the band, but Brickin' with FR is also here. So yeah, Suicidal apparently has a new record they're working on. Would be very cool to see them you know, back in it. Strangled by the Sun. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. You know, it'd be super fun to get a new Suicidal record. It's been a minute for them. And I think they've been killing it live with this current lineup. And for the LA shows, now multiple, it's plural, Cannibal Corpse. This is a killer shot here. George wearing the Respect the Neck shirt. I have that shirt. Sold by Josta on the Martyr store. Just creeping. Sichek is here. I hope I said that correctly. I'm frozen a little here. Hey, man. Nice shot. All right. Unfreeze me, please. Thank you. Oh, I see why. It's always something. Christine Marie, welcome, welcome. You're up late. I'm up late, or you're up early. I'm not sure, but thanks for liking us. If you love rock and metal, we are the place for you. I couldn't sleep tonight, so I thought I would do another live stream. I'll be back later today in about 14 or 15 hours with another one, but that's usually my weekly show every Thursday, where I do all the rock and metal news of the week. Blood Demon is also here. Tim Mikery is here. Tim Mikey 24. Sorry if I said that wrong. But yeah, man, Cannibal Corpse, I actually imagine they will have a new record at some point soon. It would make sense for them. They seem to put a record out kind of every 2 years and then tour and record and tour and record. Ad infinitum, why not? Also on these LA shows is Crowbar, who are again having a huge minute, and of course Cavalera, Max and Igor playing all of Chaos AD. So imagine going to these LA shows and you see all of Rain and Blood, Cannibal Corpse doing a short and killer set, and then all, you know, Cavalera, both Max and Igor and their band doing all of Chaos AD and maybe a couple of other hits. I think that would be fun. I've seen the Cavalera tours a few times and they've been killer. Max has said that he would not re-record Chaos AD the way they have the other records. He felt like that record is perfect. I could see my partner at Ghost Cult, Omar, was like, you know, envisioned a situation where maybe when Sepultura is finally done touring, the current version of Sepultura, maybe Max and Igor just rebrand themselves and take back over the name Sepultura. I don't know if they can, but maybe they will. Once the current Sepultura is done touring, you know, you could see it. And so that's it. I just wanted to kind of jump on quickly and kick it with y'all and talk about these Slayer shows. By popular demand, they've now added a second LA show. So if you missed out on tickets, you still have a chance. And, you know, it's not like a Metallica situation where the tickets are astronomical. But let's just take a look and see, if you want to go see Slayer, how much these tickets are. I think I'll just take a quick peek here before I go. I need to go to bed or back to bed. And I think there are VIP things and stuff you can buy also. And there's probably going to be cool merch and exclusive merch. So the pre-sale is on now. A pair of tickets goes for as cheap as $76 on the lawn, or $300 or $400 for the pit. Maybe $500 for the pit all in. For 2 tickets. So not as expensive as Metallica tickets, but not cheap either. But that's the cost of doing business today. Let's just take a quick look. I'm sure the LA tickets are about the same. They're different kinds of venues, right? So the Forum is an arena, a basketball and hockey arena. And obviously the amphitheater is an amphitheater with a lawn. Oh, excuse me. Goodness. Yawny boy. And then if you wanted to go to Rocklahoma, which Slayer is co-headlining with Godsmack and Papa Roach, that Sunday is wild. Slayer doing the Rain and Blood show there. Black Label Society, Pretty Reckless, ICP, Suicidal, President, Ugly Kid Joe, Barbarians of California, El Nino, Psycho Myco, Big Ass Truck, The Violent Hour, that's Carla Harvey's band, and let's see, High Water Gamble and 7 Foot Monkey. Don't know those bands. Rocklahoma tickets. I don't think they're sold out, but let's just see how much a ticket will set you back. $20 down with layaway. Let's see, GA tickets. 3-day all in, $264.24. Those prices do go up again soon. 3-day GA with a chair, $312 all in. 3-day general admission military discount. 3-day general admission 4-pack, $887.74. I mean, that's kind of chill. Like honestly, for you and 3 friends coming over for coming over to see that festival for basically $200, a little more than $200 a day is a pretty damn good deal, I gotta say. And then let's just see Sunday only. All in $156.74 or $172.86, and that's not counting VIP. And then last and not least, obviously we know Sick New World, which again we're covering this weekend in Vegas, hoping to cover the Texas show for the first time ever. Let's just take a quick look. I believe front gate tickets. Sick New World has gotten kind of a little bit of beaten up a little bit about, they canceled 2 years ago and now they're back. It's expensive, but it is a tremendous value. I went to the first one and it was a lot of fun. We've covered a few of them now. GA starts at $339 with VIP at $695 for Sick New World, and you are getting a ton of bands for Texas. And again, that's just quickly to run over the lineup. System of a Down, Deftones, and Slayer playing the Rain and Blood show. Evanescence, Ministry, AFI, Manson, Prodigy, Knock Loose, Mastodon, Power Trip, Under Oath, Boy Harsher, Wage War, Down, Cold Chamber, Poison the Well, Tsunami, Cold Chamber, Terror, Melvin's, Kitty, Norma Jean, Deaf Heaven, Filter, Failure, new album this week. So pretty damn cool. And then last and not least, let's just see how much these Slayer tickets are for the Forum, for the show that is not sold out yet. Let's see. I wonder if Ticket Shafter's crazy price escalator is already in effect. Susie is here, Aspen is here, Clodai is here. So let's see. Presale starts tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Pacific. Get presale access. Let's see if they'll give me a code. How hard is it to get a code? Let's find out. I wouldn't mind going. I have kind of a busy year. I'm getting married soon, so I don't know if I can pull it off, but we're going to find out. Got a Bands in Town verification. Let's see, 5905. 2FA is crazy work. All right, well, can't access that. Let's see VIP for Superfan Live. Let's see how crazy this is. Travel and show packages. Just the VIP. Coming soon. Let's see if they'll let you get the VIP for the day that's sold out already. Show all tickets. Yep. Let's see. Pit. $1,300. That is the Metallica price, isn't it? $516 for section G, which is on the floor to the left, stage right, and $400 and $500 tickets for the upper deck, and the rest is all sold out. That is some crazy work. I do believe it's for a pair, but still, man, $200 for tickets. It's some crazy stuff. Well, let's see. Superfan. What does the Superfan get you? Yeah, $400 a ticket. Wow, that's wild. Let's see what these Slayer. The Postmortem Rockstar for a Day experience. This is their big VIP. Access to private viewing platform located in front of house near where the crew controls light and sound. Access to GA standing with a great view of the stage. Group production tour experience, including an individual on-stage photo, one autographed Slayer poster, VIP Slayer merch item, commemorative laminate and lanyard, crowd-free access to official tour merch before the doors open, on-site perks such as check-in, dedicated support staff, and priority lane into the venue. And then let's see, that's the high one. And again, it's not on sale yet for the second show, but it's quite expensive. And then the You Against You Superfan is just some of those things. 1 GA standing or early entry premium reserve ticket. Best available seated sections with a fantastic view of the stage, not guaranteed. 1 VIP Slayer merch item, 1 commemorative laminate laminate and lanyard, crowd-free access to buy tour stuff before the doors to the public, and on-site perks. I mean, if you love Slayer and Slayer's your favorite band ever, I could see doing it, but it's pricey. It's pricey. We'll see when the tickets go on sale tomorrow. Yeah, man, it's just the price of doing business now is quite a bunch of expensive tickets. So anyway, that was a little extra post-mortem. Get that joke? There's a little post-mortem there on the pricing for this, but let me know if you would like to see Slayer again. I think your best bet to see Slayer at an affordable price is the festival route, because then it's cheaper, but I'm super stoked that they're still doing some stuff. It seems like they're going to do a few shows every year. Don't know about the rest of the world yet, but we'll find out. I'll be back. It's 2 a.m. Pacific. I will be back in 12, 14, 13 hours. So tune in then. If you're new here and you like what you saw, like and subscribe. If you're watching us on the replay, drop us a comment, give us some feedback. I read every comment. We check everything out that everybody sends everywhere. It's enough to make you crazy. But anyway, Slayer. See you later. Peace.